Hi, my name's Sam Williams. I'm a recent graduate from UC Davis here in sunny California. I hold a bachelor's degree in evolutionary anthropology from UC Davis, and I was just recently selected to continue my studies in evolutionary anthropology at the University of Tennessee at Knoxville in a biological anthropology program there. Now, I've been working really hard over this last year to finish some research that I've been doing in late Holocene coastal occupations in Northern California, as well as investigations into variation and skeletons, specifically crania among Native American remains in the Central Valley here in California. For my PhD program, I'll continue to look at Native American variation through the lens of skeletal shape differences as well as genetic differences of Native Americans since they've entered the Americas some 15,000 years ago. So I have questions specifically like, how is it that such a limited migration into a vast geological space could have led to the amazing amount of diversity in Native Americans that we had in the Americas at the time of European contact. I want to see maybe how much variation is there. Is there a way that we can measure that? Can we see signals of mixing of populations in the Americas, specifically on the coast where it's believed that Native Americans first migrated into the Americas? And I want to know if we can use these data to build models that we could then use to try to explain similar types of variation that we see in the fossil record in Eurasia and in Africa. I'm going to hopefully work on these specific questions, or at least some of them, at University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and I need your help to get there. So, despite holding many odd jobs over this past year, including working as a teaching assistant, working as an editor, tutoring, excuse me, and even in-home healthcare at one point, I've not been able to secure quite enough money in order to fund the big move from California to Tennessee. So, just a side note, I will be teaching once I do start my studies at University of Tennessee, Knoxville. But that won't start until later this fall, and I won't start getting payments for my stipend until September. So I need your help between now and then in order to get to Tennessee. So I'm asking that you can give whatever, be it $1 or $5 or $10. Now, this is going to be applied to my moving expenses from California to Tennessee, and then later on in Tennessee to establish a residence there, to pay deposit and so on, basically to bridge the gap until I start teaching this fall. Now, I was doing a small calculation. If I could get each one of my Facebook friends to donate $5, that would actually get me about 93% of the way towards my goal of $3,000 to raise this summer. Excuse me. However, any amount that would be able to be donated is, of course, appreciated beyond words. Now, the funding is going to be broken into two pieces. The first $1,500 is going to be applied towards a truck to get me and my 3 cats and my very large number of books from California to Tennessee. And then the second half of that is going to be, as I said, to find an apartment, pay a deposit in first and last month's rent, and to get going prior to my orientation and my start in the lab there at University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Now, if you can't give, your consideration alone is enough thanks, and I thank you for just taking the time to watch my video and to read over my funding campaign to see if it's something that you might be able to give. Now, to that end, for those of you who can give, I apologize I don't have any incentives, no fancy tote bags or CDs or posters to give out, but what I do have is my commitment to you that upon getting to Knoxville, that I will be doing amazing science, that I will be giving back everything that I can to the community of Knoxville, including outreach and mentoring and tutoring and so on, and also to mentor other undergraduates like myself who have a passion for science, who have a passion for investigation, and are driven to seek answers to questions that we just can't answer right now. And it's those students that I want to help realize their dreams and to move forward. So again, Any amount that you might be able to give would be fantastic. If you can't give, that's okay too. Thank you, all of you, for your time. I appreciate it very much. You have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.